Hi friends, welcome to my channel Learn English Easily. I am really very grateful to you for the support you have rendered. Most of you, many of you have liked, shared and subscribed to my channel. Really I am very glad. Now we shall get into the session. In this session, we shall know what a language is and what are the two media in it, how are they different from one another, and if possible, the parts of speech. Now, first, let us talk about language. What is a language? Language is a tool for communication. If I tell it plainly, you may not understand. So, I want to give an example for it. All of us will have a pen in our pocket, but I don't have one. Okay. What is the use of a pen? The pen helps us to write. So, it is a helping tool. It helps us to write. Like that, language is also a helping tool, without which we can't communicate. It is a helping tool and it helps us to communicate. What is communication? Expressing our views, thoughts and emotions. At the same time, receiving or understanding others' opinions, suggestions and feelings. For that, language is very important. Without which we can't communicate. And communication can be done in two ways. There are two modes of communication. One is spoken medium, the other one is written medium. Spoken medium can be also called as oral medium or oral medium. Some of the teachers may use those words. All are the same. All mean the same. Oral medium, and spoken medium. All mean the same. In the spoken medium, how do we communicate? By speaking. Yes, with the help of speech. How do we speak? It is a process. We can't live on this earth without breathing. While breathing, we take pure air, that is called inhalation, and we push out pure air, carbon dioxide, that is exhalation. During that exhalation, the pushed out air passes through the throat, here, this part. Here, the grown-up people, male members, they will have some bulged part in the throat. It is called Adam's apple. Technically, it is called larynx. Within that larynx, it is called larynx. Within that, they have the vocal cords. Vocal cords are nothing but two tightly held lip-like structures, muscles. When the exhaled air passes through them, they get vibrated. And that vibration makes some noise. That noise is manipulated and modified. And it comes out of our mouth. And collection of many such sound is speech. Speech is a collection of sound. And these sounds are 44 in English. In English, we have 44 sounds. They are classified into three categories: vowel, consonant, and diphthong. Here we have to know the difference between a vowel and a consonant. Vowel sound can be articulated continuously without any breaking. For example, like that. These are all vowel sounds. These are all consonant sounds. What is the difference between them? vowel sound can be articulated without any break. They can be articulated continuously. They can be elongated till your breath ends. Whereas consonants, we cannot articulate them in such a manner. There will be some block in the air drop or in the flow of air. For example, so we can't continuously articulate. And the previous slide has to be shown. So wait a minute. First, you understand this one. What is the language? Language is a tool for communication. It helps us to communicate. Now, next come to the next level. In the spoken medium, the sounds are termed as phonemes by the linguist. Ordinary people, common people, the lay person, they would say sound. But the linguist, for the linguist, the people who do research in languages, they are linguists. They term the word, they coin a new word, phoneme, phoneme. They would say only phoneme. They won't say sound. There are 44 phonemes, they would say, phonemes. And they are classified into 3 categories: vowel, diphthong, and consonant. Vowels are 12 in number, diphthongs are 8, and consonants are 24. Totally, we have 44. Already I told you the difference between vowel and a consonant. Vowel sound can be continuously articulated, whereas consonants cannot be done like that. Diphthong. What are diphthongs? It would the diphthong is a combination of 2 vowel sounds. It would start with one vowel sound and end with another sound. For example, that is a vowel sound. That is another vowel sound. That can be elongated. They can be elongated. When they combine together, oil, oil, oil. It starts with and ends with oil, 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 like that. That is called diphthong. There are 8 diphthongs in English. Now let us come to the written medium. In the written medium, how do we communicate? By writing. And in the written medium, letters or alphabet are the smallest units. They are nothing but symbols or some signs, some markings. They represent some sound. They have some purpose. These letters, we all know, there are 26 letters in English. They start from A and end with Z, A to Z. We all know. The 26 letters, they combine with one another and they make words. The next level is word. The smallest unit is letters or alphabet, and the next level is word. How many words are there in English? There are many in number. They are innumerable. We cannot enumerate them all. And here we have to know about grammar. What is grammar? Some of the kids may misspell it. So I want to give the spelling for it. Grammar, G-R-A-M-M-A-R. That is very important. A-R, grammar. What is the use of it? What is the use of grammar? Everything has a purpose. If you have a scooter or a car, if you have a car, you have to, if you want to ride it on the road, you must follow some rules. There are some rules. They are called traffic rules. Like that. Indian Penal Code, it is an act law. It determines which act is punishable, which is legal, which is illegal. Like that. Grammar is a set of rules. Grammar is a set of rules. It is a collection of rules. What is the use of it? Can it put us in jail or can it punish us? No. It is not such time. It is not the duty of those rules. Then what is the use of it? These rules of grammar help us to seek our right practice. It helps us to communicate English in a proper way. So these rules, for example, we have rules for grammar. Rules for grammar. We have rules for playing cricket also. Where should these rules of cricket to be used? Where should they be used? They should be used in the cricket ground, like that. Where should we use the rules of grammar? They should be used while speaking or writing in sentences. So, what are sentences? Sentences are again a collection of words. So, they have to be implemented among the words. So, if there are many in number, we can't regulate, we can't implement the rules of grammar. So, for our convenience, we classify those innumerable numbers into 8 broad categories. This is called parts of speech. Parts of speech is nothing but different types of words. Types of words, if I say, you can easily understand. But English people, they have a different name for it. That is parts of speech. First, they have noun, then pronoun, then adjective, then verb, then adverb, then preposition, conjunction, and lastly interjection. We shall see them all in detail in the next classes, and I hope this will be enough for this lesson, because if I talk more, you may not follow me. Okay, so I will wind up here. Before that, I want to recall all the important points. First, we must know what the language is. Language is a tool for communication. It helps us to communicate. There are 2 modes of communication. One is spoken medium, the other one is written medium. In the spoken medium, we communicate by speech. Speech plays a vital role. And what is speech? Speech is a collection of sounds. Sounds are termed as phonemes by the linguist. There are 44 phonemes. They are classified into vowels, diphthongs, and consonants. In the written medium, the smallest unit is letter or alphabet. There are 26 letters or alphabet, you can say. There are 26 letters, we all know, A to Z. When these words are combined, they make words, the next level. And words are many in number. Words are many in number. Words are many in number. They are classified into 8 broad categories. That division is called parts of speech. There are 8 different types of words. What are they? Noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Okay, I hope you would have understood everything. If you have any doubt or query, please send it in the comment section. My granddaughter will answer all the queries. I hope I will do. She will help me because I don't have time. Okay, leave it. Okay, I hope you would have enjoyed it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Bye.
That's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe and share and turn on the post notification so you never miss a video. Thank you. Bye.